Hi guys, it's me Paula and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Paula and I do a variety of different things on my channel, mainly surrounding beauty, usually like beauty unboxings, other kind of subscription unboxings, makeup trial and so on and so forth. Anyway, so today I thought we could have a little bit of a get ready with me and a chat about the new Jeffree Star palette that's been announced. So just going to put my hair up. Hope everyone's doing well today. I'm so excited because I have reached over 150 subscribers now. So I am going to do my draw today. Just after this video, I'm going to do my 150 subscriber draw, which is, winning the contour palette and various other things. Anyway, so let me just get started. So I'm just going to put on a little bit of my concealer. I'll do my primer to start with. Anyway, yeah, so yesterday we had the launch, the preview of Jeffree Star's new palette, which is going to be called Blood Lust. So I'm just going to pop this on here. And Blood Lust is the new member, as he put it, of his blood palettes. So obviously he started off with blood sugar, then he went on to do blue blood, and then now he's got Blood Lust. Now he did say, so this is going to be a purple palette. I think a lot of people guessed that. I think it was the automatic kind of logical choice for his brand to go for a purple palette. I mean, he said it's a blue and a red. What you get mixed together, you get a purple. So he, a lot of people thought it might be called Royal Blood because of the, the implications of royalty. But he said that he'd obviously done that with blue blood, royalty, aristocracy. Anyway, let's just put my foundation on. Sorry, my concealer on. I'm just using the Benefit Boing concealer there. So just put it there. Yeah, so it was released yesterday, sort of in the afternoon. I think it's actually you can buy it from the 21st of February. And it's not just a palette, it is going to be, there is a kind of highlighter, a range of glosses and some liquid lips. Also, I think there's some kind of also other merch that you can buy as well to go along with it. And I think the palette's ranging, I think it's about sort of $54, something like that. So I think that would be around about the sort of £45 price point if you're buying in the UK. So yeah, so I assume that it's going to be released on Beauty Bay as well as on Jeffree Star's site. So I'm assuming we can buy it in the UK in the same day. I'm just hoping that it's not the same debacle that it was when the Controversy palette released and you couldn't get hold of it, and it was, the websites were crashing and, people were trying to put things in their baskets and they were disappearing and things like that. I have to say, I'm just going to give you a quick look at the palette in a second. I'm sure you've probably seen it on social media anyway, so it's probably not a new concept to you. So I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown foundation. I am actually going to have to get a new foundation at some point, because this one really is kind of getting used up and is kind of old. Well, it's about 1.5 years old, 2 years old. I know that's really against the rules, isn't it? You should be using things up within 18 months with liquid products. So, but you know what it's like though. I don't have like billions of pounds to spend on makeup items. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get myself to look less. I look really ghostly today. Oh my god, I look so awful. I look so tired today. I have to say, yesterday was an absolute nightmare. I had my little girl's nursery class is a lady that's leaving to move back from Scotland to Utah. And so I decided to host a party in my house for her and her kids and all the nursery kids, and it was absolutely crazy. We had pizza and various stuff, and the kids were running around going wild. It was like Lord of the Flies. And then halfway through the party, I got a phone call that my oldest son had ended up having a head injury at lunchtime at school, so I had to go and pick him up. I had to stop the party early and had to go and take him up to A&E, which is accident and emergency. That's the same thing as like the ER in America. Luckily, we don't have the same issues with having to have medical insurance and all this sort of stuff to get seen as you guys do in the US. You just get seen. So it got seen really quickly, but he got kept in for about 5 hours, got observations. The first hour and a half, 2 hours was a nightmare because I was having to wait for my husband to come and pick up my younger two, and my little girl, she was amped up in sugar from the party, the cakes and everything, so she was going around jumping about, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. So I was glad when my husband came to pick them up. The bonus was my husband tidied up the house after the party by the time we got home, so that was good. Anyway, so I'm really tired now. Oh my goodness, my eyes look really red for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm going to try and put some of this finishing powder on. Yeah, anyway, so the Jeffree Star, I'm trying to see, I have not got the technology. Well, I have an editing package that I need to install on my computer and really work out how to do it. But that's the palette there. I've just got it on my Kindle there. And I have to say, I am far more attracted to this palette than I am any of the other Jeffree Star ones that I've seen so far. I think with this one, it looks really, it just appeals to me. I love purples. Big fan of the purple colours, ranges, and I do think it does have a lot of versatility. Now, I've heard a lot of people complaining on Trend Mood and social media, you know, that, oh, you know, it doesn't have any, you know, it doesn't have as much purples, it's not really a purple palette, it's more a colour palette. To me, I don't think so. I think that when he swatched it, there's some that do appear more pinky on the web page, and but then when you saw him doing the swatches, they were more kind of like lilac purples. So I do think they did cover the base for purples. But I think there was a lot of there was a couple of duochromes in there, a good balance of mattes and shimmers, and overall I was really impressed with that. I really liked it. I'm going to use this Clinique blush just now. My powder I used there was the Hourglass, the Ambient palette, which I'm loving at the moment. And I'm just going to put a bit of the Clinique. This is the blush in Precious Posy. So yeah, I have to say, yeah. So I'm going to hopefully look less peaky. Yeah, so I was a lot more impressed with this. I'll just give it, I'll put my glasses on in a second because I can't see what I'm doing without my glasses very much. Yeah, so blend it in a wee bit with this one. Yeah, anyway, so put my glasses on just now. Yeah, so I think actually the colours I liked. I mean, a lot of people were complaining as well that there was too many colours that they felt that didn't go with the palette. Like the gold sort of colour in the centre there, the red. But I do feel that there's a lot of versatility in this palette. I'm really attracted by this colour here. It's a dark one there, and I can't remember the names. I can't see the names on there, but it swatches amazing. It's like a dark, almost like a black sort of colour, but with purple shimmer through it. Just tracks the light. And when Jeffree swatched it, wow, it was just amazing colour. I do like, there's a lot of the kind of purples. I love that kind of, oh, whoops, sorry. Trying to get back to that one. Yeah, there was a lot of purples that looked really amazing when it was on when it was being swatched, and there was like a couple of pinky purples that just looked so deep and luscious and beautiful. And so I didn't really understand the complete, like this one here. There's a couple there. I'm trying to see there. That one there. I think it's beautiful. Blood Queen, I think it's called, and it's Executioner. The dark shade is Executioner, and then I just loved this one here, the kind of pink purpley sparkly one there. And I did think actually the aqua, there's like a sort of teal colour there, there's like a greeny gold. I think these do go well with the purples. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't understand why he's put these other shades in. I also really like, I think the red is something maybe I wouldn't use with the purple, but I can see Jeffree's concept. He said that he often pairs reds and purples together, which is interesting. And I do like he's got like a bone white one at the top, which I think is called Your Majesty. I think that's a very good shade to have in any palette, because I think you often have like a sort of base sort of colour, don't you, in your palette. I'm just going to stick some highlighter on. Yeah, I think it's important to have that kind of base shade in your palette, just to sort of like blend in the colours and to brighten things up a bit. Okay, I'm just going to use this little brush actually just here, just to give a little bit of a highlight. This is the Lunar Beauties Moon Prism Powder in Mercury. I love this one. This is such a lovely shade. The other things that you got in the range as well, so I think I'm very tempted to buy the palette. So the other things in the range that you got too was there was like a highlighter, like an Extreme Frost. He's quite big on an Extreme Frost, and then this is just one adds to the overall range, and it's a kind of a purple shift to it. And I don't think that's one that I'm going to be purchasing. It's just not my color palette. I do, you know, I have quite enjoyed working with some more experimental. Now this I'm using here, the Huda Beauty, the Emerald Prism palette, which is beautiful. It's a new one I just got actually. I used my Boots Advantage points for this one. Yeah, I do think that I can imagine there's a lot of YouTubers who like their experimental highlighting looks. I think they'll love the purple sheen to that palette, but to the frosting. But I just don't think it would be me. I don't think it would be me. I think I would struggle. I like it. I like the concept of it. I think it's amazing. Don't know if I could carry it off, but I'm interested in seeing people's looks with it. I think it'll be cool. Now, they've got a series of glosses as well with it, and there was one in particular that I am quite interested in. It's called Lord Sugar, not Lord Sugar, that's The Apprentice. It's called Lord Star, and Jeffree Star says that it's because a lot of his colleagues call him, or his employees call him Voldemort as a joke. So I think he called himself Lord, they called this shade Lord Star, and it's like a really nice kind of purpley gloss, and I'm quite interested in getting that one as well. So I think when it comes out, I'm not interested in liquid lips. I'm not super interested in liquid lips. I think they're quite drying on your lips. Now I think I might go in with this green here. I'm trying to see the shades. Don't seem to have the shade names. I'm going to go in with this maybe greeny here, the Kakai. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I'm quite interested in getting the palette and then maybe getting Lord Star. But I have to say, I don't know how it's going to work on Beauty Bay. I don't know if we're going to get the same option of getting it on the same day. I assume it would be a bit like the Shane Dawson launch, in which everything comes out on the same day, but as the US, but who knows. It's just, it would be a shame to have to get it like later on, a couple of days later, because then it'll probably all be sold out. I do think this is going to be a very big successful launch for Jeffree Star. It might not be quite as successful as the Controversy palette. I mean, it was like they had that whole documentary. He had the added bonus of having Shane Dawson as part of it. But I do think there's been a lot of people probably brought on board Jeffree Star through the Shane Dawson documentary. So I think that, you know, he might have some extra fans. And obviously he was a controversial YouTuber. He still is controversial. But I do think that he's won back a lot of fans in recent years after losing some for a while, a couple of years back. So I think this will be a successful launch for Jeffree Star. And I do think that this is probably just the first in another series of blood palettes that I can see him doing a unicorn blood one or something like a pink palette, but I think he was right probably to avoid something like that at this time of year because there's so many Valentine's palettes that have come out. Are you getting any of the Valentine's palettes? I mean, I love the Natasha Denona one, but I just don't think, one, I've got Luna Beauty's Strawberry Dreams palette anyway, which I might do a look with, or Valentine's look with, but I just don't see the need to have, I think a whole pink palette, I think sometimes a bit too much. It's just, even the Luna Beauty one's a bit over the top. So there's the middle one there, which is, I'm going to do a little bit of a shimmer here. It's just a day look. Just a day look for going out. I wanted to do a green look actually. I do like the greens in this palette. They're really nice. I like the fact it's quite versatile. So you can have like the kind of neutral cacao one, and then you can have a bit more standout sparkly greens. I think green's always quite good with brown eyes, I think. Here we go. I might put a little bit underneath there. I might actually have to get my lash line one. This is such good brushes. I like my new Sigma brush. I've got a couple new Sigma brushes, which are just great for doing the kind of underlining liner stuff. Yeah, so that's it. So I think, what about you with the Jeffree Star? Are you gonna purchase? Do you think you're gonna get the Blood Lust palette? I mean, the only problem with these are they're so expensive palettes. I do like the outside packaging, which is very, very, very much velvety, luxurious, and I don't think dust would gather on it like it does with some of the other kind of velvety packaging you can get. I mean, that's the only problem with velvety packages. You do think it's going to get a little bit, a bit dusty. Let's do that all there. I'm just going to do my eyeliner, and I'll pause, and I will come back to you. Okay, so that's me finished. I've just finished up my eyes. It's a nice kind of khaki green look, and I used my Uzo eye opening liner in dark brown. This is like a Japanese liner. It's great. If you've seen one of my previous videos, you can see me reviewing that on there. Now, yeah, and just use my usual mascara. I need to start trying different mascaras. I always seem to use these NARS Climax, but I need to try some different ones out. Any recommendations, drop down below. And I'm using my Clarins lipstick in Petal Pink. Okay, I'm gonna take my hair down. So that's really the review. Well, not review of the Jeffree Star palette, but that's kind of like my kind of view of the launch. So very interested in it. I love a purple palette. Very interested in buying it. I do have a lot of stuff at the moment, so should I get it? I don't know. Are you getting it? What do you think of it? Are you gonna purchase the palette or not? Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me, and see me for my 150 subscriber draw. Bye for now.